Your hands do anything your brain tells them to do, so engage your brain first. Slow down and check for the hazards of each task. No matter how long you have been doing your job or how long you have done the same tasks at work, stay focused and follow 4 basic principles of hand safety. Number 1 is pinch points. Pinch points are everywhere. Machinery, tools, materials. Anything with hinges, doors, toolboxes, stepladders have pinch points. Pay attention and be aware of each pinch point. 2 is proper gloves. Your hands can get cuts, burns, bruises, and other injuries. Handling sharp-edged materials can cause cuts. Working with some materials can cause scrapes and torn skin. Hot surfaces can cause burns. Splinters come from metal and wood. Get the right glove for the job and inspect your gloves before each use. Gloves that are falling apart or that have tears or rips don't give good protection. 3 is machine guarding. Machine guards prevent accidental exposure to moving parts. Don't take them off or bypass them. Machine guards on portable tools like lawnmowers and handheld saws prevent chopping off your fingers. Floor-mounted machines have safety guards in place for the same reason. Shut down the machine and make sure it is properly locked out before performing any maintenance. Don't wear metal jewelry like rings, wedding bands, or necklaces when working with machinery. 4. Normal daily use. Watch out for common hazards during normal everyday use. For example, don't pick up broken glass or sharp objects with your bare hands. Protect your hands when working with chemicals. Don't use your hands to sweep up wood chips, glass, metal pieces, shavings, or other related materials. Remember, use your brain before using your hands. Thanks for watching and have a safe day. Before you lift anything, take a moment to consider these 5 important guidelines. 1. How heavy or bulky is the item being moved? Know the weight of the load before you try moving it. Also, is the load too bulky to handle by yourself? Are there any other special considerations before lifting? Can you clearly identify the points where you can get the best and safest grip on the load? 2. Can you lift the load manually or will you need help? Help could be in the form of a second lifter or a step up to some type of a mechanical lift assistive device. You should know your personal limitations. In other words, what amount of weight can you safely lift without risking injury? Even if the load is within your limits, consider using mechanical help whenever possible. But if the item is heavy or ungainly, get help. Don't let your ego get you in trouble. Get a second person, a hand truck, forklift, dolly, or whatever else is available. 3. What location is the load coming from? Are you moving something from a hard-to-reach place like overhead or far back on a shelf? Does it have to be lifted out of a container? Is it in a tight area that may give you trouble? You want to be able to position yourself as close to the load as possible before lifting. The closer you are, the less strain on your body. If it's back on a shelf, slide it out to get it closer. If it is coming out of a tight area, make sure you have adequate room for your hands and arms. Watch out for pinch points. Be aware of any adjacent obstructions and always make sure you can see the top before moving. 4. What is the destination point? Before you lift anything, think about where the load will be placed. Will it be going somewhere overhead, in a narrow, tight spot? What special precautions should be taken before you get to the end point? Will you have enough room? At the destination, don't try to shoehorn something into position. Allow yourself as much room as possible to set the load down. Avoid hitting anything nearby. You can always shift it after it's down. 5. What route do you have to follow while carrying or moving the load? Check the path from start to finish. Are there any tripping hazards, trash, or debris on the floor? Any holes that could break your ankle? Any changes in floor elevation that could throw you off balance? Any loose, uneven, or unstable footing, like grass, dirt, broken concrete, gravel? Will you be going through any doorways, blind intersections, or anywhere else that you should be aware of? Are there any wet, slippery areas? Very important, how is the lighting along the route? And if you are moving from inside to outside or from outside to inside, are you prepared to deal with the lighting changes? Traveling in or out of doors can cause temporary vision loss while your eyes adjust to the lighting changes. Remember, the shortest way isn't always the best or the safest. Know the high fives of back safety and always plan your lift. Here are 5 false beliefs or myths that lead to hearing damage. How many of them do you believe? I can build up a resistance to noise. My ears will get toughened up so they won't get hurt. Wrong. There's no way to build up a resistance to noise. Excess noise damages the cells and nerves of the ear. None can be repaired or replaced. Continuing exposure results in more damage, not toughening. Myth number 2. Noise can't hurt me unless it's painfully loud. Wrong. Noise becomes hazardous around 85 decibels and might only begin to cause pain at much louder levels around 140 decibels. In between is a large range of dangerous noise levels. Myth number 3. I can duck in and out of a noisy place before it can affect my ears. Not true. Noise that is loud enough can damage the ears instantly. Also, many short exposures can add up and cause damage similar to continuous exposure. Myth number 4. My hearing will probably come back after I stay away from noise for a while. Fact, your hearing will never come back once the ear is permanently damaged. Myth number 5. Even if I lose some hearing, I can get hearing aids and my hearing will go back to normal, just like my eyeglasses work for my eyes. Wrong. Hearing aids don't work as well as glasses. At best, hearing aids will restore some ability to understand conversation and experience the sounds around you, but they don't sound normal. Here are some sources of hazardous noise. Noisy equipment around the house like lawnmowers, power tools, even some vacuum cleaners can damage your hearing. A continuous noise level of 85 decibels is known to damage your hearing. This is the same sound level of heavy road traffic. Compressed air hammers have a sound level of about 100 decibels and rock concerts almost always reach 110 to 120 decibels. This same sound intensity can easily be produced in earbuds and headsets when you listen to your music. Researchers tested several different portable music players. They found that these little handheld players could deliver sound levels between 90 and 130 decibels. When custom earpieces other than those provided with the players were used, the sound levels reached as high as 150 decibels, which is the same noise level of a 747 jet with its engines at full throttle. Protect your hearing, and it will protect you. Where are your eyewash stations? When will you need them? Dirt, dust, or chemicals can be stirred up in the air and get blown into your eyes. Chemicals or other materials can be splashed onto your face and into your eyes. Anything on your hands or gloves, particles, chemicals, or other materials can get rubbed into your eyes. If something like a corrosive chemical gets into your eyes, the first few moments are the most critical. Damage to the eyes starts immediately, so the quicker you get emergency first aid, the more you limit the amount of damage. That's why you need to know where the emergency eye wash stations are located. It is important to know where they are and how to use them. Once you locate the eye wash station, familiarize yourself with how it operates. Is it full and operating normally? Do you know how to work it? When was the last time it was inspected? Stations should be tested monthly to be sure they are correctly maintained and operating properly. Is the route to the station clear and unobstructed? Keep a clear, unobstructed path to the emergency eye wash. Remember that water does not neutralize contaminants. It merely dilutes them and flushes them away. If the nature of the contaminant is not known, flush for a longer time. A normal emergency station should provide a full, thorough flush for at least 15 minutes. Small bottles are not considered emergency eye wash stations. They are to be used while the person is being taken or traveling to the larger eye wash station. Know how to protect your eyes. Your vision is critical. Thanks for watching and have a safe day. The best way to find hazards is by doing a safety and health inspection. There are several ways to do inspections. Some are thorough, top to bottom, inside-out inspections on facilities, vehicles, forklifts, and machinery. Another important inspection is the quick scan. Everyone should get into the habit of doing quick visual surveys of any area they walk or drive into. No matter where you work, in an office, a machine shop, factory, store, your home, garage, or basement, anywhere and every place can have safety obstacles. Here are some things to look for. Every work area should have 2 exits clearly visible. Are all the exits unblocked, unlocked, and clear on the outside of the door? Where are the 2 nearest fire extinguishers? Are they charged, properly mounted, and easily accessible? If there are mats or carpeting, are the mats flat all around with no upturned edges that are trip hazards? Are there any flaws in the carpeting that could catch someone's foot while walking? Are there any spills or wet spots on the floor that could cause someone to slip and fall? If you are using stairs, are they clear of obstacles, fitted with sturdy handrails and non-slip treads? Is the lighting sufficient for the work being done? Is the work area properly ventilated? Does the work area require personal protective equipment like safety eyewear, steel-toe footwear, skid-resistant shoes, gloves, or other PPE? Are there loud noises that will require earplugs? Any obstructions or obstacles in the walking surfaces like holes, uneven pavement, cords, tools, debris, or anything else that could cause a slip, trip, or fall? If you are going to be working in or around any electrical equipment, is the area where you will be working clean and dry? Finally, and perhaps one of the most important issues, is all work in the area being performed safely? Do you see anyone doing an unsafe work practice or taking unnecessary risks? It is important to comment on unsafe work practices because people who care less for their own safety could care less about you. If you were a passenger in a car driven by someone who refused to wear a seatbelt, would you feel safe? By the same token, if another person is willing to take unnecessary risks in your work area, they make the entire place unsafe for everybody. They can even destroy your workplace, putting you out of a job.